You back? Okay, we've turned you guys around. Sorry we had to just turn it off because the cable was getting a bit wound up, so we couldn't turn it round. So people are saying that it's frozen, but it's probably because we've just restarted. Ah, right, okay. So we're on a live stream now rather than the event. I don't really know what it means, but I'm gonna have to just move in my desk as normal. How are we doing? YouTube. So hopefully you guys can see the new video here. We're live already, aren't we, Greg? Cool. I'll wiggle my fingers and you let me know if you can see me. It's a bit blurry looking. We need to zoom in a bit, I think. And also, can I move this over here now? Here we go. All good again. Zeus is back. Wonderful. I shared and poof, I was frozen. Can you see me? This is my big beast of a mic. Hopefully you can hear me best as well. So we're just trying to move this. So there's like cables everywhere. Standard. Let's wait for Craigie to get sorted. Put that down there. And I'll go grab my stuff ready for tonight. I hope some of you guys are going to be crafting along with me. Grab my little bucket. I have to be a bit more conscious now. With the clip-on mic, I can walk around and I know you're still going to be able to hear me. And now when I walk around, I'll have to bear in mind that you can't hear me. I can see you and it sounds great. Pardon? Okay. Denise, Craig says that in a bit he will type out your blog address so that everyone has it. I think he's got special powers. Can we zoom in a bit because this is a bit trippy at the moment. That's a huge microphone. Yes. Yes, it is. We're trying really hard to make the audio sound good. But despite that fact, it is challenging. I need to pop my hair up a bit because it's roasty toasty in here. That's better. Bunny says we're hiding on her. No, we're good. We'll just focus, autofocus me. No, to make it static when it's focused there. Got it? And do you guys notice anything different tonight? Oh, this is all blown out. Do you guys notice anything different tonight? Hint, hint, hint. I got a new craft mat. So I told you guys a little while ago that I burnt my green one with my fuse tool. And yeah, so I had bumps on it, which was not really a big problem. But it's not flat then, so you can't really ink on it because you get big lines on it. And it was Craig actually, he was the one who said, or he saw somebody share a photo, I think it was it a sneak peek? Was it the sneak peek of Heather? I think it was Heather's sneak peek. Heather Hoffman, if you know her. Her Instagram is Houses Made of Cards, or Houses Built of Cards. No, Houses Made of Cards. And she did a sneak peek of the crocodile actually, and she had a black craft mat. And Craig said to me last week, you should get a black craft mat, it'll show up much better I think on the feed. Well, he said it on like Saturday night, and then on Monday morning my craft mat was here, because I don't need to be told twice that I have to order something. We're just trying to adjust the lighting. That would be better. Is that okay for you guys? Craig, do you have a brother just as kind as you? Craig's got 3 brothers. One actually is married to a lady called Leslie, so apparently it's very a la mode to be Leslie Orman. Right, while Craig is fiddling, I hope you guys are grabbing your craft supplies so that you can come and craft with me tonight. We're going to be doing some blending, ink brush blending. We're going to be doing some masking, and I'm also using a stencil to create these. Can you see? There we go. Like a love heart, some glittery love hearts there. So as I go along, if you don't have any of the supplies that I'm using, please shout and I will try to walk you through any other alternatives. Have you decided not to put the text on the screen now? I'm going to start off by cutting out a panel to go on the front of my card. So I'm going to use, I'm going to cut out a panel to go on here, and then a panel to go on here. And oh, I forgot my other big stash. Oopsies. Oh, I know what that was. I was very super organized, and I got a little crate with all my stuff on it, but I've just set it down on top of a Misty magnet. So there we go. Take it out now, or else I will forget that it's there. Oh gosh, it does not want to move. Ah, cheeky little beast. Okie dokies. So I'm going to use a rectangle die to cut these out because I'm lazy. But if you guys don't have that, you can just use some paper trimmer, something like that. Here. What? That was a clang, Liz. Oh yeah, I suppose it was quite next to the... Hey, look at this other thing. I'll get to the crafting in a minute, but look at this other thing that I got today. Yesterday, actually. How cute is this? It's got a sweetie in it, but it's a pen pot with a cute little envelope on it. And I also got a trinket box. Let's see. Little trinket box. I just saw it and I had to get it because it reminded me of making cards and sending cards. Little trinket box. I actually absolutely hate the noise that it makes. That sort of rough porcelain. Oh, so I'll probably just bin the lid and have it as another little pot. But how cute, huh? Very, very pleased with my purchases. And I'll put that over there so I can put my stuff in it if need be. I'm just trying to get my big shot closer to me. What are you saying, Craigie? Yeah, I noticed that. Okay, just gonna run this through my big shot. There I get going. So we've got Krista saying, did you order the new Distress Oxide colours? No, not yet. So I ordered, I've literally just got the first lot not that long ago. I only got them like 2 weeks ago or something, 3 weeks ago maybe. And I haven't really had that much time to play with them, although I'm actually really excited about picked raspberry. I mean, there's some colours in it, and they're just adorable, and I love them, and I cannot wait to play with them. But at the moment, I know that I am going to be super busy with Heffy Doodle. I did have a look at one of the shops that I normally buy from in the UK online, and it said expected arrival is was that the 22nd of August or something? Just in time for my birthday, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, probably has to happen. It just seems so far away. Alright, what's going on? Peacock feathers will be huge, absolutely. Peacock feathers will be huge. What's the matter, Craig? We've got some GPU numbers going a bit crazy. I'll just have to keep an eye on it. Wrong one. So I've cut a panel with my A2 rectangle, and then I've cut a smaller panel which is just about 1/4 inch smaller on all 4 sides. So I'll let you guys do the math on that one. And we're going to be using some inky inks from I'd be lying if I didn't say this card was sweet. You're funny. You did that just for me because of my love of puns, didn't you? So I'm using some dye-based inks here for my card, and I'm using ones from Simon Says Stamp. We have Jelly Bean, Catkin, Duckling, Apricot, and Twirling Tutu. Martina says, my birthday is August 27th. I think I'll order all your stamp sets as a birthday gift. Yay! My birthday is August 26th. So yeah, we should celebrate together. Krista ordered her Distress Oxides. Woohoo! And Stampira said that I ordered my set as soon as I saw they were available. I just love how they stamp and blend. Good for you. Oh, here, I'm going ahead. So I've pulled out a piece of my post-it note tape, and I'm making sure that it's long enough to go right the way across my card panel. Now you can get masking paper in sheets, so you can use that, or you don't. It doesn't have to be sticky on the other side. It helps if it's sticky on the other side, in all honesty, but it doesn't have to be sticky. So I'm giving it a little pinch in the corner, and I'm going to actually create my own mask here. Now there are dies out there which will cut a grass shape, but what I like to do with you guys is give you guys alternatives, so you can see you don't actually need to spend an absolute fortune in order to make a fun card. So I'm going up and down, and sort of, it kind of looks like I'm cutting out flames. Some are leaning to the left, some are leaning to the right, some are really tall, some are really small, and I'm just going to go all the way along the edge, or to the edge, should I say. Let me trim this one down. So now I have a mask like this, and I can open it up and it will have the impression of grass, and I can move it along until I'm happy. Give it a little rub down. That's some of the really fine bits will want to poke up, so just give them a wee rub. Sometimes it helps if you put something on top and rub it down. Donna says Germany just football does not float my boat, but good for you. I love how you are showing a DIY grass. Yeah, make it work. So the reason I'm starting off with my background is that I want to use my embossing embossing paste, and it'll take a while to dry, so I'm buying myself some time by doing this one first of all. And I'm going to be using my brushes here to blend these together. And I think I've spoken about this before with you guys. I do not have fancy pantsy craft blending brushes. You can get them. I've heard they're amazing. But I like to use different products together, and I like to test the waters with other things. So these are blending brushes, which are actually makeup blending brushes from a pound shop. So they were £1 each. So I have labelled them all with some washi tape with different colours. And I'm going to put them in my little foxy cup. And I'm going to start blending. I now know why my hubby didn't complain when I said Leslie's goodbye football. That's funny. Maria's going to bed. Good night, my dear. Sweet dreams. She will craft along tomorrow. And Maria, bless her, she always like sends me a little picture of what she's been making, and it fills me with so much joy, because normally I get those messages whenever I'm at work and my head is just exploding, and then I get a little message of happiness from Maria, and it makes me smile so much. I do appreciate that. Thank you, Maria. So I am flicking this back and forth across the ink pad. Can you see that? And then actually the way I find it easier is if I hold it between my finger and my thumb and give it a flick like this. And I'm going to start with the yellow and work my way up. And I love the real softness that this gives. Tammy Rose Colored Glasses says that love blending brushes, but they're so expensive. I know. Well, that's why I just bought these. It was Santa that brought me these in my stocking, but I know where he got them. So blending, starting from the bottom, working my way up. It gives such a beautiful gradient. So I'm not going all the way up because I quite like the way that it blends into white. Hopefully you guys can actually see that. Maria says, I'll post on Instagram. Yay. Hi Lizzie. Love from Lizzie is here. Lizzie, I had the pleasure of being part of Lizzie's blog hop last week. And it was awesome. We had loads of comments and things. And we just, Wednesday I think it was, we announced the winner, and someone got £20 voucher for a Love for Lizzie shop. And there's so many things. It's a fox, Suzanne. Well, actually maybe it's a bear. I think it's a fox. My mum thought it was a fox. It's adorable. I love it. Looks like an eyeball. Oh yeah, it kind of does. I just have to hold it like this. Night, Maria. So yes, I was talking about Lizzie, and yes, we have we give the announcement for the winner. It was great. So I'm doing yellow duckling all the way up, and then I'm going to blend that with some apricot. Martina says, great, have to go to the dollar store now and get brushes for this technique. Absolutely. So the other thing that I shared the last time is that with the ink blending brushes, the bristles are a bit stiffer. But to get around that, I took a piece of packaging and I wrapped it round. It was actually off a stamp set, so I had the sticky bit already on it. And I push it up like this, and it makes the bristles, sorry, more compact. I do notice that my red brush is molting a bit, probably because of its cheapness. That's absolutely fine. I mean, it's done me since December, so I can quite easily get another one. Although I'm not, the problem is whenever I work from home, I'm never anywhere. Never really get the time to do that these days. But that's okay. We've been working on Heffy Doodle. This one seriously is molting. Oh my goodness. That's kind of fun. Problem is with the dollar store is that you go and everything seems like it's a good value. So you think, oh, I could buy that and that and that. And you end up coming home with a whole load of junk. Or at least what Craig would call junk. So I'm building up this colour about halfway up. But I do the yellow all the way first of all, so I'm actually building up. With Distress inks, normally you can kind of do a strip of yellow and then a strip of orange and a strip of like pink or whatever. But for the brushes, I actually like layering it up one on top of the other. So start with the lightest colour and then build up the darkest one. But that's just me. Okay, so that was apricot. Now moving on to twirling tutu, and that's just to give it a little bit more oomph at the bottom here. Although I find with twirling tutu, you guys have this colour, is that it doesn't feel like the colour that is on the lid when you stamp it. Oh, this one, I need to go back to the dollar store and buy a new one of these for my red. And yes, I'm using my red one for my pinks and oranges, because I don't have one from pinks and oranges. Dear me, there'll be nothing left by the end of this. I'm really excited for your blog post tomorrow, Denise. She has sent me some pictures of my of the project that she made for tomorrow, which matches our Saturday reveal. Okay, so I'm going to go over the top with the yellow again. It does take a while to build this up. It's more of a slow burner process, this one. But I think it's worth it. Right, so here's what I do next, right? Is I take my negative of my mask, move you out of the way, and then try and find where it matches up. And lay it down. Doesn't have to be exact. And if you've got the grass dye, I don't want to stick now because there's ink on my card. If you've got a grassy dye, then you don't have to worry about fiddling around like this. But once I have that in place, I can pull up my bottom section and cover the ones I've already done. Craig's helping out Denise there. Woo! There's a little bit that I obviously must have snipped off afterwards, but I'll not worry about that because my lion will probably cover that, to be honest. Denise is excited about her blog post for tomorrow as well. I've never used so many glue dots in a single project. Woo! We shall look forward to seeing it. Okay, over to Jelly Bean. Ooh, I did a much taller grass this time on this project. What is everybody up to for the weekend? Anything exciting? Are you guys in full-blown summer holiday mode yet? The school holidays haven't started for us. But in saying that, there is a lot of activity. I think in the last week we've had about 10 letters home from school, one thing or another. Hi Dee Dee. Dee Dee's just joined us. We're doing a little ink blending and giving you guys a sneak peek of another Heffy Doodle stamp set. Ooh, there's a moth in my room. Craig, come here and save me from the moth that's trying to kill me. I don't like moths, guys. I actually don't like butterflies either. And I know it's completely stupid and silly and ridiculous. But I don't like them. I'll just not look at it. Hi Lisa. Happy evening to you too. I was telling Craig earlier that I can ink brush blend, or I can blend ink on card better than I can blend makeup. There you go. Stacy, oh no, here we go. School holidays started back in mid-May in Florida. That's nuts. Wow. Yes, I had noticed that some kiddos, some people had pictures of holidays and things like that. So I didn't realize it was that early. When do they go back? Got brush hairs now everywhere. When do they go back? That's nuts. Stacey's on a date night. Date night with hubby. Sadly, it's our second one in 5 years. Stacey, I hear ya. Craig and I had been going out for a full year before we actually went on a, you know, what we would call a date. And the date was the cinema, so it wasn't exactly anything fancy either. But yes, it was a full year before we actually went on our date, and we don't get them very often either. And in fact, yesterday, I thought it was going to be today, but obviously I can't do math very well recently, because yesterday was our 10-year anniversary. And we were just so busy that making all those little sneaky peeky videos or reveal videos and things. So we'll have to celebrate at the weekend instead. Dee Dee says, I love the preview of your stamp line. I'm excited for the next one. Yay! Whoop whoop. Okie dokies. So on this card, I have added a little bit of interest by putting this recessed panel here in the shape of a speech bubble. And I didn't have a speech bubble that was the size that I wanted, but I did have an oval, and this is a Spellbinders die, and it is called Spellbinders Petite Ovals Small. So I'm going to show you a little trickeroony to do this. So there's a reason why I've put, well, actually let me move this along. If you're just starting out this technique, here's a little trick for you. If you know whereabouts you want to put the pointy bit, the speechy bit, I don't know what that bit is called, but put your sticky where you want the pointy bit, we're going to go with pointy bit, to go. And so now we're going to do some partial die cutting, and if you guys haven't done this before, you got to try it out because it is so fun. Hopefully you can still see with my beast in the way here. We're going to a wedding at the venue where we got married 5 years ago, 2 babies and 2 dress sizes ago. Yeah, I know about dress sizes. Having children puts a damper on that. Yeah, you're right. But at the same time, it's like one of our best friends actually is probably like 9 years younger than us or something, and for her birthday she wants to go out clubbing and stuff, and I'd rather snuggle up on the sofa. I know that makes me sound really old and boring, but I like boring. In the words of Piper, she said, I like boring. So what I'm doing is I'm using my top cutting mat and I'm lining it up with this piece of my sticky tape. So what will happen is that there's going to be pressure on this die all the way up to here and then nothing else. And this will help cut, partially cut my die. Let me flip this over. Can you see what we've cut so far? Avalon's Attic. I just broke both my Misty magnets. Oh no! That is rubbish. Do you know, there's been several times they've gone like smack and I thought this is it, and I've been extremely lucky. But yeah, it's going to happen definitely. I'm sorry. That's rubbish. Now you're going to have to go and look for some more. So I've cut this side and now I need to cut this side. So I'm going to line it up like this time. But rather than going and trying to get up the edge, what's easier, here's a little tip, turn your project round so that your mat is being caught whenever there's nothing underneath it. Oh, this one here. And then it falls off the edge at the bit where you don't want it to cut. Like that. See? So now we have it die cut all the way from here round to there. Move out of the way, mister. I shadowed 2 the other day. They're so strong. They are strong. So Renate. I like to know everyone's name, how to say it properly. She says that, have you put washi on them so they don't hit hard? Some people have suggested this to me too, but I would rather just risk it. I don't like the idea of putting washi on mine. It's a really good idea. It's just me being fussy. I don't really want that. Stacy says, it's not boring. We have family nights out instead of date nights, but we thought we'd go without the kiddos. Yeah, it's nice to have some without the kiddos every now and again. I use washi and make it enough so it's got a small tail in it so that you can pick it up. Wrap some washi tape around them for now. Yeah, wrap some washi tape around them for now. I'm going to use my pen blade here. Have you guys seen these? They're really cool. So you push it down like this and then it's got a retractable bit here. I really enjoy it. It's good. And I'm just going to go ahead and draw my pointy bit. Technical term. Normally I to get a bit closer, but I can't without getting my head in the way. There we go. But keep hold of this bit because we need that bit. Pronounced Renata. There you go. Renata. Denise is off. Night night, my darling. Okay, so next stop is we're going to do some masking. Use a stencil to add some glitter, and this is a stencil by Simon Says Stamp. It's called Falling Stars, I believe, but I'm just going to use a scrap piece of card here as an area to work upon. That's a neat trick. Yeah, it's good. Make sure one side has the positive up and the other has the negative up, then they want to track. Oh, that is a neat trick. I like that. We always learn so much on this show, don't we? Okay, okay. Well, there's my mask from the other day. I love this stencil. It's so fun. So I did say that if you guys don't have a mask like this, not a mask like this, if you guys don't have embossing paste, then there is another thing that you can do. Let me grab more washi tape for a second. So if you don't have embossing paste, what you can do is take some oh, the bubble was a great trick, thank you. what you can do is take some Versamark and either like an ink blending foam pad thing, and dab your ink. Let me get my Versamark. Either do this beep, 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 with your Versamark, or get a foam pad and just like ink it the same way that you would ink with ink, because it is ink. And then you can sprinkle embossing powder over the top. Obviously remove your mask first of all, please, and then sprinkle your embossing powder over the top, which is a fun way to get a similar look. There is embossing powder called holographic embossing powder. Don't know if you guys have seen that before, but I'm going to use some of this, which is embossing paste. And you can get embossing paste which is white, but then you can also get embossing paste which is translucent. This is a translucent, and it doesn't really matter what you use. And it's quite gloopy because it's warm in here tonight. Janita is going off to bed as well. Everyone's tired today. And I'm tired too, but I also need to get my craft on. I'm using a metal craft knife. If you don't have one of these, use an old credit card or an old gift voucher and smoosh it down and move it along. And it's up to you. You can kind of tap it like this and it will get a bit more of a rough texture at the top, or you can run your craft knife or credit card, gift card along like this and it'll give a nice smooth texture to it. So sometimes some of these escape their fate, so I'm just checking that it's all there. Put my excess in. Do they make glue pads like the ink pads? They do. I've got one somewhere. Oh gosh, this is very, very old, so it probably isn't even sticky anymore. A little bit. Oh, got glue on my hand now. This is from Palette. www.stuartsuperior.com. A clear heat activated adhesive solution for applying fine pigments, glitter, gold leaf, metallic or chalk powders to a stamped image. Creates dynamic glitter or gold leaf effects on coated paper. So yeah, you can. Right, so do you notice that I only put washi tape on one side, and that's so that I can easily lift up to reveal my stenciled image. And let's see, we can remove this and put it somewhere safe. For a second while I clean up. So the most important thing about using embossing paste is the cleanup. So let's clean this up. I'm just going to pick up some of this mess here, because it will dry hard and clear. So, well, hard at the very least. So, Tamara Hydriad is saying, oh, c'est où que tu as acheté cette encre paillette? Does that mean, where did you buy the glitter ink pad? So this one here, I honestly don't know where I bought it, because it is one of those items that has definitely been in my stash for a long time, and I'm really sorry, because I know that that's a very unsatisfying answer. But you could check out that web address, stuartssuperior.com, or search for glue ink pad if that's the one that you're interested in. Right, I think I'm just about clean here. If I wasn't on a live stream, I would probably bring it inside and give it a scrub with a nail brush. Alright, Tammy. So I wanted to add some glitter to this, and I have got some glamour dust. However, the Nouveau glitter is awesome. Am I allowed to tell a website? Yeah. Renata, yeah, definitely. If you know some place that has it, please do share the word. I'm going to sprinkle this with my glitter. Give it a good lavish. Alright. So excited to use my embossing paste that I've had in my craft stash for about 6 years to do this. I know. It is it's one of those things that seems to have phases, that people are all about the embossing paste. Normally, I think normally at Christmas time it gets pulled out to give an effect of snow, and then it gets forgotten about after a while. Bunny Dobby is here and she's crafting. Bunny, what are you crafting? Put these away. I want to know what you guys are crafting. So I'm going to set this. You can see that there's glitter even like everywhere, but whenever the heart's dry, I'll give it a quick brush over or blow it all the rest off it. Oh, Stampira, you've got to pick up your cat from the vet. How's she doing? I hope she's alright. Poor little pickle. Right, my dearios, let me grab some Stamperoonies to do some stamping. Boop, 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 boop. So this stamp that I'm using today, that you guys are getting a sneaky peeky of, is not actually being revealed until Sunday. This is the last one. But seeing as I love you guys so much, you guys are getting a sneaky peeky. And then Craig came along and was like, it's not so much of a sneak peek whenever you're showing them so many of of the main images. I was like, yeah, no, but it's cute, so. So we have this little lady. And this handsome dude. And there will be more images shown, some of the smaller images, they'll be shown later on when we work on the inside of our card. But for now, we're going to work on the outside. I'm going to stamp these guys up. Oh, Bunny's making a coffee card. Cool. Sorry about the video quality today, everyone. I'm going to try some upgrades tomorrow and see if that helps things for the next stream. Yep, we are constantly trying to make it better and better. But the problem with constantly changing it is that we don't really know what to expect. And unfortunately, we haven't quite figured out how to like test it without it actually going live. I don't think it's possible using the software that we use, which is a massive limitation. Never mind. Lisa's still here. That looks so cool. I'm still here. I'm listening, decorating my diary with goodies from Lizzie's June card kit until I leave for work in an hour. Where are you? You must be... Are you like in Australia or something? If you're leaving in an hour for work? And yes, Lizzie's card kit is amazing. I had so much fun playing. And the summer kit as well that she had was so fun. Right. Rose colored glasses says, love this kit. Yay! I love this stamp set. Sorry. So you guys, I am using some copic markers. Move some of these things out of the way. Today, I'm not even sure if you can see that or not, but I'm using Y17. I'm going to try and say the colors because Hydriad always asks me, and some other people always ask me what colors I use, and some days I'm really good at writing them down, and I went through a phase of not writing any down at all. And then I get upset because people say, what did you use? And I'm like, I don't remember. And I feel really bad. Sometimes I colour the images. Oh, Lisa's in the UK. I see. Sometimes I colour the images and I'm not even like in my craft room. Sometimes we just grab our stuff and go to like Starbucks or something. Oh, actually I wanted to show you guys something else. You know the way I was showing you my little pen cup? So I got this from Kiki K. Don't know if you know Kiki K. If you like planners and diaries, then you'll love Kiki K. I love it. In fact, I love their pens. It's called like Everyday Gel Pen or something, and they write so beautifully. And I wait until they're on sale for like 63p and then I buy a whole lot of them. But a little while ago I bought some stuff from Kiki K and I got a fabric bag, and it's got like little Christmas trees on it. It's quite subtle. They look like triangles, but they're Christmas trees, and I use it to carry my Copic markers. But sometimes Craig gets a wee bit grumpy. I mean, not grumpy, but he'll have a comment that'll be like, can you maybe not carry the Christmas bag whenever it's not Christmas? So when I was placing my order, I noticed that they had a similar bag, but not Christmas. So let me show you guys because it's adorable. Isn't it so cute? I haven't even opened it yet. And they actually had an offer on buy 3 pay for 2 or something like that. Australian $5, New Zealand $5.90. I don't know what SG is. Is that like Singapore or something? SG. So it was like £3-4, something like that. But I can fit all my Copic markers in here. I just chunk them all in, take it with me, and that is that I find really, really useful. And also we keep like Piper's inhaler and stuff like that in here, so if we're ever going anywhere, I'll just grab the bag and everything's already in there. So there you go, giving you guys some more enabling. My workplace is a casino, says Lisa, and it's 24 hours, so there's different shifts and it never is closed. Oh man, that sounds like hard work. Must be quite fun though. But I also imagine you probably get loads of like hen parties and work dues and things like that. Stacy says, got to go get my daughter from work. Bye! Congrats, you're so talented. Oh, thank you, my darling. I am so thrilled. This is the wrong one. So I had Y17 and YR31, light reddish yellow. And I actually really like this color. It's not kind of what you would expect, but I do enjoy it. Morning, Leslie and Heffy Doodlers. Hey there, Elizabeth Lucy. Good to have ya. Good morning in Brisbane. Is that right? I got that right. That lion. That lion looks like he's doing the splits. Yeah, he's very talented, lion. I can't do the splits. Craig says, don't do that right next to the mic. I don't know what I did. Did I do something silly? So I'm blending this out with my YR31. And I don't seem to have a lighter color. Note to self, buy one. So I'm going to use my colorless blender to pick up some of that YR31 color and then blend out in the middle of all the gaps. So you guys, if you feel like you are missing colors and you want to blend some colors together, you can use the tip to tip technique to do this and help blend these out. It helps get a nice gradation. Hi, SG is Singapore. Thank you, Donna. How did you dot label your Copics? So this was all Snow. She's amazing. She can't be with us tonight, unfortunately, but she said to me, have you ever thought of labeling your Copics? And I was like, no, that sounds like way too much work. and then she said, oh, you know, you can get this downloadable thingamajig and you can like run it through your Silhouette Cameo or electronic die cutting machine. And I was like, actually that sounds awesome, but it's one of those things like I just know that I don't have time to do that right now. And then the next thing I knew, she sent them to me, and she sent them to me all in little baggies in all their like color combinations. So all the C's was in one and all the R's in another and the E's, and it was just amazing. She's the best. And then I sat one night, Denise was talking about Denise was talking about never use so many glue dots. Well, me neither, because I completely obliterated all my small glue dots, but it was worth it, because not only I realized that it means that when I do use my Copics, instead of writing down every single Copic marker that I've used, I can very quickly just take a picture of this and add that to my blog post as well. So the time it took me to sit and write, or to stick all those down, I'd absolutely make that time back, because I don't have to. Normally I would, every time I use one, I would write it down here or in a notebook to the side. So now I keep it in my little foxy mug until it I've taken a photo of it. So for his mane, I did little strokes of Y17, and then I came in with E21 and did some more colouring over the top, and then this is an E43, which is a bit of a darker colour, and that's just to bring some more darker tones into him. Once again in these little lines. Oh, Elizabeth says Brisbane is correct. Sorry, I was up late yesterday as it was my birthday. Happy birthday, girl. Did you get any crafty presents? That's what birthdays are really for, right? Crafty presents. I think so. It's covering your little snouty snouts. I would think I would need a lot of those bags, as I have. Victoria, you have all the sketch Copics. So these are the chow. So they're smaller, they're round, but the sketch are like oblong, I think. So they're bigger. Colouring on the go is a little harder. Yeah, they are a little harder. So I have been watching some other people colour and realised that I'm a big chicken when it comes to colouring in. Happy birthday, Elizabeth, by the way. Send me your address. I want to send you a birthday card. And so I'm a big chicken when it comes to colouring in, and I thought that I would just go for it. And I wanted to create I wanted to go darker. I don't go dark enough. I think some people get a lot more depth because they go darker. So I'm using BV23, and I'm pretty sure that this was this was something that Sandy Allnock or someone like that mentioned, that this is a good shadow because it's actually it's a more blue purple color than a grey, and it goes over pretty much any color. So I'm just going in where all the little nooks and crannies would be, where you would normally find some shadows. So like in here where his mane meets his head, around his little ears, inside his ears, because that would be in shadow, underneath his mane, maybe just above his little snouty snout, and then his chinny chin chin. Down here, definitely on his tail. Oh, forgot his tail. I always do silly things like that. Forgot her tail too. But just look how different that is. So with you guys being a bit further away from it, doesn't it look so much different? Like more different. I don't know, I can't speak anymore. Let me hold it closer for you. It just gives a lot more dimension, and if you don't like it, you can always blend it out a little. Use one of your lighter tones to blend it out. But I think it works really well. I think it's fun. BV23. Let me do my little lady. Dale says, love the card, beautiful as always. Thank you, Dale, my dear. Let me in her tail, and in around her little snouty, and her ears too. There we go. So I think it's a bit harsher on her, so you can just blend out some of her shadows on her butt, as Piper would call it. And on her face. So fun. And I also have a cool grey colour, so if you want to have a bit more of a lighter shade or more of a transition, I'm using C1 cool grey to blend that out. There we go. When is your birthday so we can send you a card to my birthday? My birthday is the 26th of August. So someone said earlier that their birthday was the 27th of August. Mine's the 26th. I'm using, I normally don't use a black copic for the noses and eyes. I use a glaze pen, which dries a little shinier. But it does take a moment to dry, so I'll just wave it around a little bit. And then while I'm doing that, I'm going to grab a piece of card to work on the inside of my card. So I'm going to stick this onto some, I'm going to stick this on a white card base. And it's an A2 card, which is 5.5 by 4.25, which means I need 8.5 by 5.5. Which will be scored at 4.25. This keeps going a bit dark, Craig. I don't know whether there's anything you can do about it. Yes, Elizabeth Lucy, email me your address or go over to hungryheffycrafts.com and there's like a contact me or something like that, so you can send me some feedback. So let's have another look at the inside of the card. I'm going to stand back because I think that's when it gets a bit brighter on my video. Ta-da! So can you read what it says? You're so sweet. And I ain't lying. Oh, dear me. I love a pun. You guys have figured that out by now, haven't you? So, in here, I have created some colour all the way around. And what I wanted to do is show you guys another little technique on how to get more out of your dies. So this little guy who looks like he's doing disco fever has got a die. And I'm going to use some more masking paper again. And I'm just going to stick it to a piece of cardboard. And I'm going to cut this guy out of my Big Shot. I'm not going to bother moving my Big Shot over. I'm just going to do it off frame for a second. So now this is stuck to my card, but I just want the mask, so I'm just going to ease up the corner of it here. If I can do that without hurting myself. And I'm going to stick him down in the corner here, like this. And now we're going to ink up the rest of my card. Put this in here. And I'll use the same blending brushes as before in the same colors. But where I ink around about this little dude, obviously it'll be masked off. And this is really fun. We're just doing, well, I'm just doing inking with my brush, doing some brush blending. But you could actually stamp stamps across there. Word stamps, image stamps, as you wish really. And it's really fun. I love a pun too. They make me smile. Bye Ellen, bye Ellen's brother, have fun. See you next week. Okay, so I'm building up this color, starting with my lightest tone like before. And I'm kind of giving it like a vignette feel, where I'm going around all of the flat edges. Oops, totally just got ink all over my finger. But then I'm also adding, like, cutting off the corners here. Has anybody out there been doing any crafty purchasing this week, apart from your distress inks? Right, so we've got a good color, a good base of yellow all the way around. Let me grab my apricot color again. Bye Victoria, cheerio. Can you guys see the images on this guy, on this card? Let me give you a closer look, because this will give you an idea of the other images in this stamp set. Shout out if you see anything that you recognize. It's a bit hard because it is like tone on tone stamping. But there's lots of fun images. I'll see them in a second. Jasmine bought a mink. Awesome. Lots of foiling for you then. Shona says it's her birthday on Monday. Happy birthday, Shona. Craig's being funny. I see a lion. Are you lying, Craig? Sue says cute, cute, cute. Jasmine says ice cream cones. Let's see. Once I get this guy all inked up, we'll be giving you guys a better look. You guys must feel, or should feel, extremely privileged, because even on my blog I put a picture of the cover, but no one else has seen as much as you guys will have seen. Jasmine says it was my birthday present to me. Your mink. Good for you. Wonder what I'll buy myself for my birthday this year. That's a thing, right? Most crafters get to buy themselves things for their birthday. Craig keeps telling me he needs a massive TV. That we should just get a big, massive TV for his computer games. And that all kind of that was a good argument whenever we used to watch more movies and things. But with wonderful Heffy Doodle, movies haven't really happened recently. I think we definitely need to get another movie night. Anytime I'm actually having a night off, usually ends up being a board game night, because we do enjoy our board games. Did I talk about this before? There's a board game called Pandemic. Have you heard of it? Hi Torino. So there's a board game called Pandemic, and it's cooperative, so you're working together. And the world has been hit by pandemics. And you are a bunch of scientists, researchers, etc. that are tasked with saving the world. Just realised I've been using the pink one. To get a little bit more oomph, I'm going to use my little plastic smoosher. I don't know what the word is. It just helps concentrate the ink. There we go. Helps build it up a bit easier. Yeah, so you are trying to cure diseases, but the fun thing about this pandemic one is that it's called Pandemic Legacy, and the idea is it's a bit like you play it once a month, and what happened in January will affect the playing of the game in February, and that will affect the next month, etc. So it's like an cumulative, is that the word? And it's really fun, but it's a bit like intense. Craig says, what are you talking about? I watch a movie every Friday night. Only after like 9:30 whenever we get all set up. You cheeky man. Okay, let's get some of our little images and get stampy, and I'm going to just use the duckling ink again. And I'm going to start off with this one, which you may or not be able to see. Let me grab something to hold up behind it, which is a little lollipop. And I'm going to just stamp it. I keep putting my stamp at the corner instead of the middle, and then it doesn't stamp the whole way. There we go. I'm going to just stamp this randomly all over. And I like it whenever the images kind of hang off the side a little bit. I think that's really fun. Oh, someone's got a motorbike outside. Next up, we're going to stamp this one. Can you see what it is? This is my favorite one, I think. It's a pretzel. I love pretzels. It's like carbs and sugar and cinnamon. I mean, what's not to love? Those are probably 3 of my most favorite things ever. My cousin sells board games, and my kids have played it with him and his kids. Yeah, we do like board games here. Also, there's some great board games for kids. We've got Camel Up, and it is really fun. Piper's really good at it too. I definitely recommend board games. It gets you away from the TV. So next one. Can you see? strange focusing going on here. It's a little ice cream cone. I think these lions have a bit of a sweet tooth, do you? Elizabeth says, my boys and I love board games. They're great. I enjoy them. So this is another one that is so fun. Also inspired by something that Leslie enjoys. Oh, I wish this would focus properly. Can you guess what it is? It's a bit hard to tell. I'm going to wait and see if you guys can guess what it is. Do a few stamperoonies. Craig says, I know. Of course you know. You had to have sign off on everything that I made. Getting into the real small ones now. Guess what that one is. Renata says coffee, milkshake. I think you could probably use it as a coffee, but it is not designed as a coffee. Or a milkshake. Although I only really found out what this stuff was about 2 years ago, so it may not be common knowledge. Craig says I don't like coffee. Let me stamp it in black or something and see if I can give you a better idea. Where's the let's see if I can do this. Nope. I would like to focus, but I'm afraid of I don't know where the button is to do that. I'll just tell you. It's boba tea or bubble tea. If you've ever had bubble tea before. It's sweet and delicious. And this little lion loves it too. So now that I've stamped all of my images around about, I'm actually going to add a little bit more ink around about him because I really want to make it pop. Iced chocolate? I don't like coffee either, says Elizabeth. Or tea. My UK family despair with me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not welcome in the UK if you don't drink tea. Certainly where I grew up in Northern Ireland, it's like, what? What do you mean you don't like tea? We don't like tea and coffee. And then you get the whole, look, eat, drink it up. It'll not kill you. That's what they'll say. Drink it up, for goodness sake. It'll not kill you. Good for you. Yes, bubble tea. Bunny Dubby says, yes, it's weird. So I don't like the one with the tapioca, the black balls in it. I like the ones with the actual, well, the sugar, the sweet ones with the juice in it. Oh, Shona's never heard of bubble tea. Google it. Google it. I like the ones which, I like the peach iced tea or whatever you call it. It's more like a fruit juice. The peach one. And then the strawberry bobas or the bubbles in the inside. That's my favourite one. But I do drink tea, normal tea, with lots of milk. So guys, I have peeled off my mask and I have got a perfect little mask off area, and now I can place Mr. Disco Fever in here. Try, if I look at all sort of sides, I can make sure that he's somewhat centered. They have some that have balls filled with juice and they pop in your mouth. Those are the ones that I like. Yeah, I like putting them in my mouth and then biting them between my teeth, and then you get this like intense flavour. It's awesome. Craig doesn't like it. It's too sweet for him. Ta-da! So the thing that I really like about this, and you can see more here, is that because there's a white shadow around him, if that's right, a white border, it looks like there's a light behind him and that he's really popping from the background. It's super subtle, but lots of fun. I used to drink tea all the time, says Renata, and my niece that lives with me can't have tea, so I've stopped having it around. Yeah. When I went through my phase of not being allowed milk, I had to have almond milk and stuff. It would have been nice to, you know, if Craig didn't have that. Just joking. Bubbleology, it's lovely. If you buy 9, you get the 10th one free. Yeah, they have one in Guildford near me, which is called, I think it's called like Bubble City, but like C-I-T-E-A, City, something like that. Bye Lisa, have fun at work, my darling. I just got a big smudge on there. Back to colouring this little dude, and I shall colour him kind of in a similar way. And thankfully, it's much cooler this week in my craft room. So you can have milk again. Yes, I can have milk again. I went back to the doctor's and he was like, yeah, just go back on it. If you feel better, yeah, just go back on it. Probably nothing. I was like, okay. It was very unsatisfying to have that response. But in saying that, I've not had any problems, so I can't really complain. Could have been worse. I need to go back to the tip to tip technique now. Bye Lisa, see you next week. And our Kickstarter will be live by then. Woohoo! I might even end up doing some more lives during the week. As in, it may be a bit different. I don't know, I haven't figured it out yet. This is me talking without actually making plans, so please don't hold me to anything. But for if I'm doing crafting or I'm crafting anyway, I might just turn on the old webcam top down like this, and maybe even some music, and just craft. I don't know yet. Suzanne's off as well. Bye bye. Early nights for everyone tonight. So I wanted to do him in kind of the same kind of tones as the one out front, so it gives the impression of the same little dude recovering from doing the splits. This one's like doing this. This one's like doing the splits, and then this one is like disco fever. I still get anxious when I put on the dark, but then I'm like, oh yeah, it looks really good. Intense. It's getting close to K-Day. That means Kickstarter day. I am really excited, super duper excited. I'm also really excited because I have been doing so many videos and projects, and I've been emailing loads of people, telling them about it, and I've been organizing a blog hop, and it's just, you know, obviously taking videos and editing videos and doing voiceovers, and it's been a lot of hard work, which don't get me wrong guys, I am in no way complaining about it. Never complained about hard work, but I am just looking forward to actually someday next week maybe just vegging out for a day at the sofa. Maybe have one of those date nights where you just do nothing, although I think I probably will just fall asleep. So I've got a little pink here, R20, and I'm going to do inside his mouth. Didn't even do this guy's ears. It's my hand. Is it my hand that's getting all that rubbish on there? Oh look, I've cut myself. How did I do that? That must be blood. Wow. That's exciting. I'm also gonna do this guy's eyes using my glaze pen as well. There we have him. Okay, set that to the side. These guys should be dry by now. I can cut these out. Have to drink skim milk. Whole milk sits like a lump in my stomach and I get a tummy ache. Oh, poor girl. Elizabeth Lucy says, need a rest day after it opens? Maybe, I don't know, it depends. And the only thing is, which has been absolutely fantastic, and once again not complaining in any way, is that there's been like loads of comments and loads of emails, and I love getting them and I love responding to them, and everyone is so lovely. So I don't for a second mean or think that I'm going to be sitting around and that there's still going to be stuff to do for sure. But yeah, I think maybe we can afford to have one evening with a movie and a blanket. Hi Nancy, how you doing my dear? Sue says biohazard card. Yeah. So let's cut out this little lovely little lady. And then her very flexible husband doing the splits, lying in bed answering emails. Yeah, well I'm still working, so I still have to do work during the day, but yeah, in the evening. But if I lie in bed, I will just fall asleep. I'm one of those really annoying people, or at least Craig finds him annoying, because I'm one of those people that I lie down and I'm like, night. I'll try to read my book on my phone. I'll try to read a book on my phone, so I'll be reading my phone, and then all of a sudden I will like smack myself on the face with my phone because I yeah, I just fall asleep instantaneously pretty much. And poor Craig is not built that way. He could end up sitting there for an hour or two sometimes. Okay, let's move over to the sentiment. And like I said with this one, don't throw it away because we're gonna need it for our sentiment. And this is a technique that I actually really enjoy doing. And it's a bit like where a lot of the time people will raise a section up with like foam, which works really well. But I also like to like deboss it. I think that's super fun as well. Let's put this here. And oh, I just put my stumps that way. Nancy says she's good, anxiously waiting your stamps. Yay! Yay! I am anxiously waiting for everyone to see them in its full glory next week. Woo. And hopefully we get lots of orders. Okay, so this stamp set has got the words your, and it also has the word sweet. But if you remember, my card actually says you're so sweet. And this is a prime example of why I made the font similar across the different stamp sets. So the stamp set that's going to be revealed tomorrow has got the word so. And I'm going to be using that tonight. Lucky you, says Nancy, takes me hours. Hubby snores. Hubby. Although it's not his fault, right? It's like a condition. Can't see, and I've not even cleaned it properly. So this stamp says so much. So on tomorrow's reveal you will see a stamp that says so much. We only want the word so. I'll mask it off. And I'm using my VersaFine ink for this because it's really juicy. And it's perfect for use with my embossing powders. Ta-da. My hubby's like you, says Elizabeth Lucy. I need to read a bit and then I have a little bedtime routine to get to sleep. Is it like tossing and turning? Or is it like wiggle my left toe, then wiggle my right toe? And it's just this little thing, that a little routine that somehow you have managed to adopt. Pop me back in there. Actually, just going to use this. You're so... Oh, I haven't balanced this very well. sweet. So yes, we are counting down the days to Kickstarter, and it's great because every day we see more and more people joining us on like Instagram and more and more people join up to the newsletter and things, and it's just so lovely, and I really do appreciate everybody's support. It's amazing. It'll all my hard work will become worth it. To help balance it, I'm going to add the little exclamation point, exclamation mark. Is it an exclamation mark or an exclamation point, or does it depend which part of the world you're in? Sprinkle that on. You're so sweet. Right guys, cover your ears. I'm going to use my heat tool, although it is kind of halfway across the craft room, so it's probably not going to be that loud. Oh, I love a shiny embossing. So good. Nancy says it's also because I'm a server to pay for my craft habit by night and have a hard time shutting down after work. Yeah, I can imagine if you've been working late, you need to kind of wind down, wind yourself down a little. Elizabeth Lucy says that she's bad. I play solitaire on my phone and then backgammon. Yeah, I read my book. Although I had a book and I downloaded it onto my. I don't know if this is dry. Oh, it's not dry. I had a book and I downloaded it onto my Amazon Fire thingamajig. And then that got lost or something, or disappeared, ran out of battery, I don't know. And it wouldn't then download onto my phone. But I only remember about you know, 2 minutes before I actually go to read my book, and then I'm in my bed and I'm like, oh, I'm already in my bed. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if I brush this, will all the glitter go away? Only one way to find out. So my recommendation, to wait a little longer for the embossing paste to dry. But when you're on camera, gotta do what you gotta do, eh? Not too bad. I'll give it another good brush whenever we're finished. Yeah, so I couldn't get my phone to download my book, and then I just got so fed up with it. I was like, I'm just going to reread one of my older books, one of the ones I really enjoy. So that's what I'm doing. But I'm only about half a chapter in because it takes me, like I say, about 3 seconds to fall asleep. Right, so I I am going to be using the slide on over dies from Lonna Fonna, and someone else said that they had them as well, and they're going to be using it for a card like this, which is awesome. If you don't have one of these, you can still make something that works. Let me grab some stuff. Someone said, I saw Nicole regram your post. Yes, Nicole did. Nicole Spore, oh, love her, and she very kindly regrammed my post. She's actually going to be one of our one of the people that is going to be part of the Heffy Doodle Blog hop on the 15th of July. Mark your calendars now, because there's going to be some awesome people and lots of inspiration. I cannot wait. Okay. Bear with me a second. Right, so if you don't have a slide on over die, you can still do something similar. So if you've got like a circle punch, even if it's like just like a normal punch, you can still use that as a guide, because you can do 2 punches and then, I don't know where my ruler is, but just join up, you know, here and here with a ruler and cut out that channel. So for that channel, you won't be able to put the colored image down at the bottom again, because obviously, well, you could maybe stick down the bit that you cut out here and the 2 circles back on. It won't be quite as neat, but that doesn't matter. Make it work, play with it. Or it doesn't have to be rounded at the end. Use a ruler, please. But you can just cut using a craft knife a little channel. Oh, it looks like a robot. And then as long as it can slide along, all good. All good. But I'm going to use my slide on over die. I might as well. So I want one of my dudes to be like here. I'm still a little bit tacky, so I'll be cautious about that. And then I want this one to come along and kind of give him a little cuddle right here. So I'm gonna go for maybe maybe like here. I'm just gonna reuse some of my grass dye. I'm going to try and make sure it's somewhat straight, however. Wow, her and Laura score. Oh my gosh, right, so we've got Laura Stark, Laura Fedora or Bassin. We have got Sandy Allnock. We have got Nicole Spore, like I said, and we've got Denise who normally joins us. She's going to be joining us, and love from Lizzie. Nicole Picadura, she's amazing as well. Jessica Frost Ballast. It's going to be epic, and everyone, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. Sorry for shouting at you. That's my trick to get it out. Look, I said I was going to try and get it straight, and it is so not straight. Wonky wonky. Never mind. Damn, I wish my computer was working. I haven't posted to my blog in almost a year. Aw, Nancy. That is sad. That's okay though. Just think, gosh, think of all the time you must have. I've got glitter absolutely everywhere. Okay, so one more thing here. Can you see that I've used one of the images from Interactively Yours, and it says Slide Me, which is so fun. I'm going to grab that stamp set. And I don't have to hide this one because I've revealed it. Woo! So where is my, here we go. And I'm going to do slide me. So here's the thing about these stamps. They are teeny weeny. And you can see that there's a deep etch, but in between the letters, they can't get as deep an etch in the manufacturing process without damaging the integrity of the stamps. It works great, it's still top quality, but my advice to you is that these will work better with a more solid ink pad, and go light, okay? And I mean like light, like this. No pushing. If you push, it'll get into the grooves, especially on a little stamp like this. These little ones, I'm just doing like one touch and that is all. And you know, give it a practice. I'm literally just like touching and placing it so gentle, no pressing, because it's so teeny weeny. And that's how you get your perfect impressions. And this one is a little bit this one, it seemed to be like closer to the edge, so I did it going up the way, and this one I'm just going to do straight like that. I'm not even going to bother cleaning it. And for this one I had this really fine arrow, but on this one I'm going to do the curly arrow, which is just one of my favorites. I just think it's so sweet and cute and whimsical and fun. And same rules apply, a real light touch. If you like making interactive cards, you guys are going to love this stamp set. So exciting. I can't wait to see all the great cards. I was just thinking that you can show us that set. Yeah, I know, it's so fun. Will I be able to purchase the new sets from Australia? Yeah. So let me just recap. So the Kickstarter goes live on Monday. And it is running until the end of, where's my thing? Here it is. Running until the end of July. And essentially it's like pre-ordering. Get rid of some of my blood marks. Yeah, it's like pre-ordering. And then at the end of July, it's not coming off. Whoever gets this card is going to have a little piece of me forever. You can clone me and make yourself your own Leslie. And I will be placing then the order. Once we have all our orders in, we'll be placing the order on... No, sorry, I'm getting distracted. We'll be gathering up everybody's pre-orders and Kickstarter pledges throughout July. And the way that the Kickstarter works is that it's not really like a shop. You have to choose like which level or how much money you're going to pay in order to support them. And because we've got different types of products, we had to make it a bit more simple, where it's like, I want one stamp set, I want one stamp set, one die. I want two stamp sets, I want two stamp sets, two dies. I want 5 stamp sets. So it's all different like levels like this. And then at that point you don't need to specify which ones you want, right? You with me so far? And then at the end of July, when Kickstarter closes, we will know how many we're ordering in total, but we'll need to gather up all the information about who wants what specifically. So throughout July, obviously we can do that as well. We'll be encouraging people to give us, if you know, send us the info and we will take a note of it. And then start of August, placing all our manufacturing orders. We'll know how many of each we need, and then get them all shipped. Everything going to America will be shipped from the manufacturer in America. They have been very kind and are arranging that for us. And I have messed this up. Hold on. Don't stick just yet. Oh, I'm too late. Yeah, so they're doing that for us, and all the rest will be coming to us, and we will be packaging them up individually and sending them out. And that means that if you are in, for example, I don't know, in Europe, then you are not going to have to pay the customs because it comes to us. So in prep for tonight, I actually prepped a 5p coin. So this one actually has a penny in there. If you can see, there's like a little brass color. It's a penny, and this is a 5p. It doesn't matter what you have, to be honest. You can just use a piece of card. It doesn't even have to be a circle. With the penny or the 5p, however, there's a bit of weight to it, so it kind of moves itself and slides quite nicely. Also, I've used here, it kind of looks like a Tic Tac on camera. Then this is from My Favorite Things. Let me grab them so you can see them. So these are called, I don't have the packaging, these are called replenishments, and they're from My Favorite Things. And they are just a little piece of plastic or acrylic or something like that. And they're cut into this oblong shape. They also have ones which are circle that really do look like breath mints. And these are good for, like, if you want something to actually spin round and round, that will work as well. You can, of course, just use a little piece of foam tape. Someone is saying, hey Reb Knight, after Kickstarter, will you utilize a pledge manager so we can add extra stamps or dies to our order? Yes, I think that is true. I think Craig has sorted that out. I believe so, my dear. Let me get some foam tape. This is what I'm going to be buying myself for my birthday. So sad. Foam tape. I am running out and it is disastrous. So let's do this. We'll want one of each, of course. Best savings if you go for the whole package. So at the bottom here, the thing you need to bear in mind is that you're going to have a 5p kind of, or a penny. If you put the thing into the groove, you'll see that you know, it comes down from that line a little. It probably would have been okay to put the thicker one on, but I don't want to run the risk of it touching and the tape holding it back on its travels. So I'll just do this. And for my other card, I used a different foam tape. I used a foam tape that I bought off eBay, and it came from China, and I thought, I'll try it out. And it's thicker, so I only need one layer, which is good. but oh my gosh, it is such a pain in the butt to manage. I promise you, it is so sticky. So as soon as you like cut into it like this, your scissors are just so stuck to it, and it just like you can't even touch it without getting adhesive everywhere. So I hate it. I don't want to use it anymore. Here we go. I bought both of those and thought they were way too small. I'll try them now. They do look a bit small, but it depends what you're doing, I guess. I like the way that they are smooth. The replenishments I think you're talking about. So they're really smooth. And because of that, it doesn't catch on anything. Sometimes the foam, there's like a little bit of friction or something, and it doesn't slide quite as easily or as nicely. Not quite as beautifully. These work really quite well. À mon avis, I'm just adding some extra pieces of tape here, there and everywhere. I should have just doubled it up right from the start. Never mind. Right, nearly there. And the trickiest bit about this whole process is remembering to put the 5p or the penny into the card before you put like this section on top. I speak from experience, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I've got a whole piece here. It doesn't have a double layer on it. Oh, it's so sad. Craig, buy me another one of these. So expensive, aren't they? It's like 30 something quid. I remember a couple of years ago somebody said, what do you want for your birthday? And I actually said, oh, I've made a Amazon wish list. And then they're like, I can't believe she's asked for foam tape for her birthday. I'm pretty sure Craig's response was, she would absolutely love you if you bought her foam tape for her birthday. And true, it is true. We're getting there. I love your birthday requests. Yeah, it's all crafty things. Pretty much everything I do is like craft related. Like if someone says, oh, let's go to this comedy show, and I'm like, all right, tell me more about it. And they're like, well, such and such a person, it's like, it's only £25 each. And I'm like, okay, well that's £50 if Craig and I both go. Oh, that's quite a lot of stamp sets. I think I'll not go, and then I'll buy stamps. Yay! Of course, Craig now says, no, you have to spend that money manufacturing stamps. I've got a peeky bit here, and I don't want it to peek, so I'm going to do some surgery. I'm going to have to get my head down here. There we go. And give this a good brush now. It seems to be much drier. Oh, I've got glitter absolutely everywhere. Standard procedure. And I've got a hair. Oh no, I thought it was stuck in the thing. Boop, 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 boop. Monsieur. So this is what I actually like to stick her on first almost. Or at least figure out where I want them to be. Because I want her to kind of look like she's giving him a little nuzzle. And then I also want to make sure that when I slide her all the way over, see if I slide her all the way over like now, you can't see the slide me. So I'm going to try and move her a little bit. Like here maybe? Yeah, I don't care. I'm going to use my glossy accents for this because of the plastic. It holds mighty well. And I'll just use some Tombow Mono for this. And we're nearly there, guys. Just got to add some sequins. So I'm going to try and not touch her while she dries. We do a bit of clearing up for a second. Nancy says, I'll ask for the same. Yeah, why not? If it brings us joy. So these here embellishments are sequins from Honeybee Stamps. And they are so fun. If you haven't checked out Honeybee Stamps sequins, you should take a look because they have so many awesome ones. And this is probably a set that in all honesty, I wouldn't have probably picked this. It's colours that don't actually pop at me. I don't think they would have shouted at me. But as you can see, I've nearly finished the whole packet. I've used them. I've used so many of them. So I'm really glad that they came in my bundle. That's just so fun. I'm going to be mixing and matching some of these, and this mint color is awesome because it matches my grass. And then there's like an orange and also like a yellow color as well. And there's some teeny weenies. Oh, I didn't see that the last time. Like a glass seed bead and a heart. Definitely the heart matches my glitter doodads. Clear one. And I'm going to do a scattering coming up like this. I'm going to try and avoid the blue. And I'm going to try and get different sizes of some of them. Like this one here is like a greeny, cleary green. Mix them up a little. And I really enjoy tucking the sequins in underneath the edge over here. That is fun. Can't wait to see the whole set for Sunday Monday for me. I hope you guys are gonna love it. So far, tell me, what is your favorite set so far? I'm trying to gauge what everyone is going to go for. I know everyone's different. Oops. Ah, there was two there. That's why it wasn't sticking properly. This requires a lot of concentrationings. And one more orange. That's a bit too bright orange. Darker orange. Okay. Ooh. Say that again. Let me figure out what you're saying. Are you having to leave design teams now that you're starting up a new stamp company? Well, good question, Elizabeth Lucy. I have my Honeybee Stamps design team term ended at the end of June anyway. Yeah, so they do 6-month terms, and I was lucky enough to actually have, or to be invited back for a second term. But Melissa knew from the get-go that my plan was to bring out my own stamps. So she knew about that. I was very open and honest. This has been in the works for well over a year, because whenever I started the term with them in June, but whenever we were sorting out joining the design team, I knew that this was definitely on the work, you know, part of the plan for Heffy Doodle. And so we decided that the timing would work really well if I just did, you know, carried out my time with Honeybee and then kind of went straight into the Kickstarter, which is good. Dee Dee has to leave and run some errands. No worries, my darling. See you tomorrow. Tam says we're loving it. Jasmine says the lion one is her favourite. Tam says that we are crafters, we want them all. Nancy likes the gators. Yay! Rebecca, Reb Knight. Is that Rebecca Knight? There is one of my good friends is Rebecca Knight, or as Piper used to call her, Rebecca Rabbit Knight, which is really funny. It comes from her Peppa Pig days. Although, of course, now that Piper is 6, she despises Peppa Pig because it's for babies. She's just too cool for school. Love the first one a lot. That's the Elephant of Surprise. I'm really looking forward to the bears and the desserts. Elephants are cute, but actually so far I love them all. Love the elephants and lions. Elephant, gator, bear and lion. And so Bunny, that's funny because that's them all. Yeah, you knew that. You're so funny. Do you know, someone sent me a video today, and it was a video that they made with my products. They're doing a video and they're supporting the launch, and they did a video. And seeing someone else, oh, I'm making a right mess. Seeing someone else make things with my stamp, especially in like a process video, I promise I nearly cried. I was like, oh my gosh, that's my stamps. Oh, it was just so fun. Oh, can't explain that. And I said to someone, I was at the show last weekend, excuse me, and I was talking about the fact that, you know, people were sending me pictures of the projects they made, and she said, just wait until someone sends you like a birthday card or something and your product is on the birthday card. She said it just feels amazing. I just can't wait for that. It's gonna be amazing. Bunny Dobby is on the run to make broccoli. Bye. Hugs Leslie and Craig. Or does that mean Craig gets 5 times the amount of hugs than me? He probably deserves it, to be honest. Alma says her favourite is the bears. Woo! Bears are tomorrow. Shh, don't tell you I said that. Don't tell anyone I said that. Surprised how much I'm wanting them all. Yay! I'm so excited. Right. Ugh, I missed 2. This always happens to me. Such a ninny. When you're too lazy to pull out your crystal picker, just like give your finger a little lick. Pick it up. Place it down. I'll have to do. You're so sweet. Slide me. Oh, she's well more movie and groovy, this one. Snuggle, snuggle. Snuggle, snuggle. Oh, I forgot my stamp in the middle. And let's do that, and then that kind of finishes things off nicely. There we go. Try not to put any more blood on the inside of my card. No one will ever know, apart from everybody who watches this video. And I ain't lying. Puns are the best. Wait, no, dogs are the best. No, raccoons are the best. Crafters are the best. You guys are the best. I love how many stamps are in the interactive years. 59. I had to count them like 5 or 6 times because there was so many. I would start and then I'd get halfway out and I'd be like, oh, totally got distracted by one of the stamps or something. Yeah, 59. And then whenever I actually counted 59, I was like, ah. I wish I'd figured that. I wish I'd counted them when I designed them, because I kind of wish there was 60. Never mind. So nice to see your work in progress. Thank you, my dear. I always enjoy sharing it with you, and sharing with you guys the alternatives as well, because I think that it's fun. Sometimes in this industry we can, or sometimes people can get a bit put off that they feel like it's too daunting, and it's not. You just have to not really worry about it as much and just do what you can, really. I love how many stamps. Oh yes, you said that already. Love the card, Leslie, and the puns are great. Well, yeah, if you like puns, then you're gonna like Heffy Doodle. I see a new stamp set coming in, just those last few sentences. Release another interactive set with 61 stamps and it evens out. Yeah, maybe. Although, I'm not sure. We've pretty much exhausted quite a lot, because we've got press me, push me, spin me, lift me, squeeze me, shake me, move me, pull me, push here, pull here, squeeze here, press here, slide me, I light up, I move gently, and then a whole load of other ones as well. Even like these little ones, like a little gift for you, open here, especially for you, just for you. And it's probably not really an interactive thing, but the to and the from, I find it really difficult to find to and from a kind of fancy one, so I just made it. And that's all fun. So much fun. Oh, also, did you notice there's like little parentheses that you can put around it? And that also is really fun for just using with your other stamps. And I think there was a stamp set that might have been Mama Elephant or something. It was the was it Mama Elephant or Lawn on it, and it had the little chicks on it. It was called Chirpy Chirp Chirp or something, and then it had a section that said Chirpy Chirp Chirp translation happy birthday or whatever, and it was in brackets, and it was really fun. But I don't think the bracket was sold separate, was a separate image. You'd have to mask it every time. So it's probably going to be super fiddly because it's teeny weeny little brackets. But I wanted them and I thought they would be fun. There's just so much that you can put into a bracket message wise. So I made this one here which would work with these, and then I made one which was a little bit bigger, which I thought that you could still use with these little ones, but it might be a better size for some of your other stamp sets in your stash as well. Ah, lawn fawn chirpy chirp chirp. Cool. Yep. So there we go. 11:30. Somebody says I'm getting quicker. Yay! You're so sweet. And I love the way that she just comes over and is like, cuddle, cuddle, cuddle. This one kind of tilts. This one doesn't tilt as much. I think it's because on this one the replenishment's right in the middle, and because it's like long it kind of sits there, but on this one it's a bit to the side, so it wiggles a bit more. And you can use that technique to get what you want, really. Elizabeth says, I'll have to watch the start of the video when you upload it. Yes, indeed. I'm so late tonight, but I had to pop in and say that I love all the reveals. Hi, Tally. It's late for you, girl. And me. Well, I'm going to wrap up. Are your sets the same-ish size as lawn fawn sets? Let me show you. My set. And let's see, what have we got? This one. So the other thing that I wanted to do, and Craig didn't really like it, but I wanted it, is I like lowercase letters. So most of my things, I think maybe all of them, is all lowercase letters. I know some people are probably going to hate it, but hey ho. A couple of people have actually commented on it and said that they really enjoy that, so that's good. Where did this guy come from? Stick him on there. Hope he doesn't interfere with my lady. What size plastics? The Heffy Doodle ones look to be a much smaller font. Yes, these ones are smaller than this. But let's see. Can you even see that? That would work fine for that one. If you want to see it, and stamp it out here. What size plastic sleeves do you use to store them in? I know you mentioned previously. This was the original Avery L one. And I believe word on the street is that they don't sell them anymore, which is really, really, really upsetting for me. Because I think that they're the perfect size, and I have got like fridge bins, if you know what fridge bins are. I've got fridge bins that have got 2 columns, 2 rows, whatever you want to call them, and these fit just perfectly in the fridge bin. And the large, like this, is like the only size that I can get now, and it's just stupidly big. I'm not happy about it, people. Not happy at all. Grumble, grumble. Can you see? I think that could work. Ooh, I just bought some. What did you buy? What did you buy? Plastic sleeves. And where did you get them from? Enabling. The only problem with this little bracket is so tiny, so don't lose it. New product to make in your own company. Yeah, that's a good plan actually. I don't know why they would have, unless instead of manufacturing them themselves, they, I don't know, they got some, like they got to buy them in from somewhere else. I think, but it's just silly. I mean, definitely the. Let me grab these other ones. So the My Favorite Things stamp set, they don't fit in these ones, they're too tall. So you kind of need these bigger ones, but it's still really, really wide. But then you have stamp sets like Honeybee, and they're massive. So yeah, but I don't like this. It just seems like such a waste of space. I know that some people cut them down and use like double-sided sticky tape or a fuse tool or something, but I just think that's just such a waste of time. I just want these ones back again. In centimetre, what in centimetres are the ones you love? Okay, let me have a look. Want to find a ruler. These are the ones that I love, and they are 14.2 by 18.7. And if anybody has any and they're selling them, I would totally buy them. Let me show you my fridge bins. Sorry. I'm a bit close now. Right, anyway. Yeah, this is a fridge bin and it's got, there we go. So it's like plastic. It's got a divider in the middle and these just fit perfectly in them. Got a couple of stamp sets sitting out because Piper was making a card. So these ones are the longer ones, the ones we just measured. And these are like the CD sleeves over here. So that's that. Yes, plastic sleeves, and I can't remember which company, an Aussie one. Oh, yes, please, that would be awesome. Can you size the sleeve down with a fuse? Yeah, you can. Yeah. Cool. But like I say, that takes time. And time I could be crafting. I've still not labelled up my distress oxides yet, and that's normally one of the first things that I do. Right guys, I now have 2 sweet cards. I'm going to go inside and see my husband. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another reveal. You will see it all close up. And then on Sunday, I have the last reveal. And on Monday, all the magic happens. Yay! Because the Kickstarter goes live. And if you guys are on Instagram, Facebook, anything like that, please, 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 give us a shout out. Tell your crafty friends. Tell people about Heffy Doodle, because that really is, you know, that's the challenge whenever we're a new startup company, is that we need to get the word out. There's just so many people to reach, and we rely on everybody else to help spread the word, really. Shauna says she got smaller ones from Paper Flourish in Adelaide. Ooh, okay. Have you looked at card companies like Ultra Pro? Some of the sleeves they make. I don't know who Ultra Pro is. Let me grab my book so I can write that down. Paper Flourish and Ultra Pro. Good little tips. Woohoo! So on Instagram we are at Heffy Doodle Stamps, on Twitter and Facebook, and we're also on Pinterest, Heffy Doodle, and you can go over there and see the images kind of all together, which is nice and fun. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the 15th of July, where we're having our blog hop, and the winner of the blog hop is going to win a canvas tote with a Heffy Doodle image on it, but it's like a little bear that says happy crafting, so it's quite subtle, but it's got the cute bear on it. And also the winner wins a set of 12 distress oxides. Whoop, 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 whoop. So we are still planning all of that, but it is super fun. Thank you everyone for joining me today and for crafting with me. If you did craft along, please do tag me in your creation so I can see everything that you guys got to make, because it was fun having you guys watch along whenever I was doing my creating. And I'll get some more pictures of this put up on the blog post on Hungry Heffy Crafts tomorrow maybe. And yeah, I will see you guys next week if you can come and craft again. Might have been Craft Giraffe in Brisbane for the live streams. Cool. Craft Giraffe. Funky. I will check them out. Thank you. Love the stamps and cards, says Suze. Cool. Right guys, I'm off. Have a great weekend. Get crafty. Have fun. And sweet dreams. Goodbye everyone. Bye. Happy crafting. Bye. Love you all. Bye.